think I'm live. Am I live? Yes, I am. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to Reddit, to the Reddit stream. What I'll be doing in this live stream, in today's live stream, is basically to read a whole bunch of Reddit stories. That's all I have planned. And there's one on screen right now from r/entitled Kevin. That should really be the name of this subreddit. But it's r/stories about Kevin. Hang on. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Anyway. Excuse me. Here is r/stories about Kevin. I'll read a few of these stories and then I'll move on to r/today I effed up. So, here we go. Holy crap. So the first story I have today is Kevin, the dude who lies too much. Okay, so I have a friend that's a total Kevin. He'll do all the things that a Kevin would do, but the trait that annoys him, or that annoys me about him, is lying too much. He'll lie about his parents, his house, having a girlfriend, etc. Here are some of my favorites. Number 1. Yeah, my parents make like $500K a month. His dad's a police officer and his mom is a house mom. Number 2. Sorry, I can't. Okay. Sorry, I can't hang today. My GF and I are gonna have some fun. Wink. He's single and can't find a GF because he's too annoying and has a really bad hygiene. Number 3. Yeah, I live in a mansion and have a butler and a pool. Yep, you guessed it. They live in an apartment. My God, my nose is itchy. So it was a Sunday morning. I was inside with my cousin. Let's call him C1. Okay, so I was inside with C1. Then suddenly we hear, Hey, can I come inside? It was Kevin. And we had to let him in or he'll break the door. Fortunately, he had one of my friends with him, so it's not going to be that much of a bad day. Let's call him F1. So it starts out as normal Sunday, and we play some Skywars on MCPE. Watched a bit of Reddit stories, and then here is where Kevin starts lying. Yeah, this channel's pretty weak compared to mine. C1 said, Yo, do you even have a channel? Yeah! Kevin opens up his YouTube and shows us his channel, who has 62 subs. As we watch one of his videos, we cringed. I cannot read shit. We watched one of his videos and cringed till our faces look like we're gonna puke. And the most cringe thing he used is the generic YouTuber slang. Yo, this noob thinks he can kill me like, I can't read, I'm blind. Yo, this noob thinks he can kill a pro like me. He dies. So we just ignored it. Then C1 talks about his GF and F1 join in. I have. What is wrong with this guy's punctuation? Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I don't want to click onto my own stream. Twitter. And I retweeted it. Alright. And where was I? With my itchy hair. Ugh. So we just ignored it. Then C1 talked about his girlfriend. My friend joined him. And this is so hard to read. Holy crap. My friend joined him. I have a girlfriend but didn't want to join in. And of course Kevin had to join in and said, yeah, my girlfriend and I do the naughties all the time. F1 said, bro, you don't have a girlfriend. Yeah, I do. She's your girlfriend because she's cheating. Because she's cheating on you. I said to my mind, well, I'm going to see this dude get shot. F1 got so tilted that he punched Kevin square in the face that he went home running and crying. And that's the last time we saw Kevin. Dude, you have so many grammar mistakes, it's unbelievable. Seriously, holy crap. Kevin thinks girls don't have buttocks. Well, sorry to disappoint you there, Kevin, but they do. They really do. Man, I'm addicted to Twitter. They really do have ass. Callum says the grammar in the story is awful. Yeah, it is. I couldn't even read through it because I was just suffering reading this story. This one right here looks like a small story. It is a very small story. Holy shit. In grade 8, Kevin got into an argument with his fellow classmates, saying that girls don't have buttocks. He was seriously convinced that he was right. The whole class was flipping its shit. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Here's a good story. Alright. Kevin's and Jeff's Christmas fun and my headache. I have been debating on posting this, because I don't want to rethink it. But I have decided to anyways. Let me set the stage for you. It was Christmas Day. I had just got working. My God. I had just got done working a morning shift at my work. I walked into my house and drowned a glass of Irish whiskey in the kitchen as Jeff, my fiancé, was telling me about a movie he watched and was wanting me to watch with him, which is normal. But I knew what was to come for this day and needed to prepare. Jeff and Kevin together. What was to come, you may wonder? A series of incidents on my big brother Kevin and fiancé Jeff. Now, for Christmas this year, my mom, her boyfriend, and little brother went to California to see our grandfather. He's dying from tumors and chemotherapy, and Grandma flew everybody out. So this left Kevin, Jeff, and myself, along with any woman Kevin brought over, left to celebrate together. Typically, my mom got the butt end of this nonsense, and I would hear about it over a beer. But she was in California, so I got to deal with it. Side note, Kevin lives in the same apartment complex as Jeff and I. So Kevin likes to show up unannounced at the worst moments. Reminds me of my aunt. Incident 1. The shower. Oh, God. I went to take a shower after drowning the whiskey while I had Jeff to start boiling the eggs for me to make deviled eggs for Christmas dinner and had him start washing potatoes. 2 simple tasks. Oh, that sounds good right now, though. As I was taking a shower, I heard, "Jeff, where's Billy?" "Leave her alone." Wait, I heard, wait. I said on the tweet that I would do my Thurston voice. Okay. I'm taking a shower when I heard, "Jeff, where is Billy?" Leave her alone. Leave her alone. She had a rough day at work. She drowned whiskey. What? She is drinking without me? That's what? I thought for a moment, did I lock the bed? Did I lock my bedroom door? No, I didn't. Kevin busted it. Oh my God, Kevin, you're a nightmare. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, where am I? No, I didn't. Kevin busted in and yelled, "Billy, where is the whiskey?" I, of course, yelled, "Kevin, get the fuck out of my room." I said, I was 16 again. But this time, I'm a 24-year-old college student, having to yell this at her 29-year-old brother while she's taking a damn shower. "Can you wrap the gift I got for Savvy?" I kind of forgot about my Thurston voice. I haven't watched Lion Guard in quite a while. So the same girl he has been dating is coming. Got it. I can handle that, I think. Me. Get out. So he scurries off into the living room. I got out, I got dressed and put on my makeup. And then I went into the kitchen. Incident 2. The cat. When I got home from anywhere, our cat Chubbs, yes, he's a chunky kitty, will run up and say hello to me. It has never failed. When I got home, though, he didn't run up and say hi to me. Well, I thought he decided to take a nap that day. It's Christmas after all. I walk into the kitchen and see Jeff and Kevin are talking about the new Harley Quinn show. I thought it was normal, but I didn't realize they had been drinking. Kevin brought over 2 massive bottles of whiskey. Kevin's a freaking drunk. Excuse me. I go into the kitchen. I see the potatoes have been washed and set aside. Eggs cooling in eye water. However, I noticed Jeff didn't wash enough potatoes. So I went to the pantry and opened the door to grab more potatoes. I heard a meow. I looked down and found Chubbs curled up. He had been sleeping, and I had woken him up. Me. "Why is the cat in the pantry?" Jeff. "Oh, that's where he has been." Me. "How long has he been missing?" Jeff. "Since 12 or 1, lunchtime. I made sandwiches. The cat had been in the pantry for 3 hours. Did you not realize he was missing?" "Well, I thought he was napping." Kevin. "My cat likes the pantry. Sometimes I leave it open for her to sleep in." Jeff. "We should do that for Chubbs." Insert me pointing at our dog who eats everything in sight. Oh. I still have a bad habit of putting donuts in my bedroom closet because Mom's cat kept eating my donuts. I wouldn't that make your clothes smell like donuts? No, it makes a donut smell like clothes. Kevin, seriously? How stupid is this Kevin? Are they good afterwards? I mean, they're donuts. Me. What the fuck is wrong with you? Incident 3. The pizza. I was cutting up the potatoes, minding my own business. I was listening to Christmas music and humming to myself. I do that a lot, especially to Langar songs. I was buzzed enough to handle everything else for the night with those two. I thought I was, at least. I had my back turned when I heard the freezer open. I thought it was Jeff getting the rolls out for me to let sit before baking. I turned around. Me. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Kevin. I am making a pizza. Wait. What? He brought over a pizza and put it in my freezer for Christmas dinner. I can put this in the oven with the ham, he says, opening my oven with the frickin' ham. No! Close my oven. We have a frickin' toaster oven. No, this will be faster. It's already preheated. Me. Dinner will be ready in an hour. Do you really need a pizza? Yes, Billy. I need this pizza. It is my life. You don't understand. Jeff. You say that about every girl you bring home. Fuck you. There is no room in the oven. Wait, what? I don't know what this is supposed to say. Here. He put it in the very bottom of the rack. In a 475 degree oven cooking a ham. If you put it in the bottom rack, it will char the bottom, dude. Nuh-uh. It will. I will prove you wrong. Kevin walked out and walked in 10 minutes later and took out his pizza. The bottom was completely charred because it was too close to the bottom of the oven. Like I said. My pizza! I told you not to put it in the bottom rack with the ham. You didn't say not to put it in the bottom rack. Yes, I did. Nuh-uh. You didn't let me put it on the middle rack with the ham. The ham isn't taking up the entire middle rack. We can make room. Out of the kitchen. Now. I kicked... Excuse me. Ugh. I kicked him out with his pizza, and he had the audacity to complain about his pizza smelling like frickin' ham. Incident 4. The random girls. Let me check the chat. Where was I? After we had eaten dinner, I started drinking a little bit more. Something told me, you need this, and oh boy was I right. Jeff and I were on the couch watching a Christmas movie. Kevin disappeared outside. We thought he went back to his apartment real quick. Out of nowhere, we heard a dog. The dog wasn't ours. I sat up, so did I. Kevin busted into my apartment with a massive dog and 2 random girls. I was staring at him with a blank face. Sappy couldn't make it. So I brought some friends. Kevin. This is my apartment. Yeah? Why is there an unknown dog in my apartment, Kevin? Well, she couldn't keep the dog at my place. I have a cat. I have 2 cats and a dog, Kevin. Now. We will put the cats up for a bit. They're probably hiding. We will put Diva in the bedroom. That isn't the problem. At that moment, the girl started screeching at the sight of Christmas presents. Kevin went over and put their presents under the tree. Since I didn't know these women at all, I pulled Kevin aside. They need to open their gifts and leave now. The massive dog started barking at the smell of my cats. Presents! Now! We opened the presents quickly to get the girls and the dog out of the apartment. In the end, the girls stayed for a short while because they had the dog and understood I had cats. Unknown dog was around your cats that have never seen a dog before. Can be horrible. The girls were lovely, though. I enjoyed them, which is rare because girls Kevin randomly bring up are the craziest people I've ever met. Oh my god. I found that funny. I don't know why, but it's funny. So much more happened after this. Wow, OP. What's your name? Financial Elephant 5. Wow. That's an upvote from me. Let me check the chat. Seriously? It's not Twitter, it's Twitter. Hey, Adam. Oh my god, that story. Top? Okay. I already read the Dr. Did I read the Dr. Kevin story already? I don't think I did. I think I read the one in the UK, from the UK, but not this one. So, my doctor normally had a... So my doctor... So doctor... never mind. I can't read that. Oh, this is going to be a good story. I hope. Let's go to r/Tfue. Top stories. What's this first one? What's this first one? Holy shit. Today I effed up by investing at $2,000 in a giant sperm killing machine. I can see I have a message on Discord. Let me check my Discord on my phone. Oh, it's Autumn. Did the message not come up? I guess not. I didn't see anything. I'm like, sweet Jesus, though. Today I effed up by investing $2,000 in a giant sperm killing machine. That's going to be an interesting story. God, my hair is itchy. My phone is freezing. Great, what I needed. Anyway. Oh, let's read this story, I guess. Even though this one's about sperm. Semen. Holy crap. Why? Should I read this story? What do you guys think? Should I read the story? I don't think I should. I suppose I should read this story. Alright. A few years ago, my wife and I bought a house with a hot tub. We enjoyed it, but after a while it developed significant issues, and we found it hard to justify the expense of repairing it. We opted just shutting it down for a while. Well, COVID hit. And I figured that being in isolation with nothing much to do is the best time to own a working hot tub. I tried to repair the work myself, which took a lot of stress, and in the end, I had to have a professional do it anyways. The process ended up costing up to $2,000. But with no vacations to budget for, we figured it was a good use of our money. And it was. We had been loving using this hot tub this winter. We regularly go out there for family time with our kids, who love to swim, or love to be able to swim around for a bit. And I regularly go out by myself at night to unwind. We have a beautiful park behind our yard, which makes it an amazing spot to relax. Because of COVID, we've been having Zoom calls with a group of friends, and realized that I could do that from the comfort of my hot tub, which I just amped up the enjoyment for both activities. Oh boy! Concurrent of all this, though, my wife and I have been trying unsuccessfully to have another baby. The giant F-up is that we didn't think at any point of the fact that hot tubs kill sperm. What? Okay. Okay. It finally, last night, as we were discussing our failures in the bedroom, it finally occurred to us that the hot tub might be a problem. Get a pool! I was disappointed and thinking, shoot, I guess there will be a few days every month where I can't use it. Nope. We looked it up and found out after being boiled, it takes sperm 3 months to respond, or whatever is they have to do. So until I produce a winner, I am no longer allowed to in my own hot tub that I slaved and and splurged so much to repair. I have a dirty mind. It took us 2 years to get pregnant with our previous child. Hopefully this one comes sooner. Wow. Just upvote that. That deserves an upvote from Jeremy _Q_public. Nice job, Jeremy. I have that mental image. I have that mental image in my mouth. In my mouth. In my head. God, what's wrong with me today? Okay. This was from 15 hours ago. Okay. Today that voice crack. Today I effed up by asking my husband about Pokemon. Okay, so this happened a few days ago, of course. My husband and I were in bed that night, and I was feeling pretty horny. Oh. So I definitely wanted to screw. We were cuddling and talking and stuff, and in the attempt of being sexy, ooh, I asked him how his Pokemon campaign was going. So a bit of background. He's currently playing Heart Gold, doing the Nuzlocke challenge. It's when you play... Okay, I've seen something like this. I saw Jane Animations do this. Twice. It's when you play through the game, but when your Pokemon die, they're actually dead. Or something like that. He's been talking about it it to me non-stop. Okay, back to the story. I was trying to be smexy by asking him how his Nuzlocke challenge was going. And because I thought he'd think, ooh, she cares about my Pokemon endeavors. That's so sexy. Ooh, whoa. God help me. Excuse me. Anyway, he answered my question for a long time. We did not fuck that night. Basically. Damn. Are these all of... This one is about sex too. Okay. Here goes nothing. I might get banned. Even though it's not too bad, I suppose. I posted this on r/. Why is there a subreddit for everything? I posted this on r/smex yesterday. But the mods eventually removed it because it didn't apply to that sub or something. But the comments suggested I come here, so here I am. In a few days, if all goes well, I will no longer be a virgin. I will be doing everything possible to prepare for what's to come. Come. Anyway, which is how I ended up at the convenience store 2 days ago to purchase condoms. For the first time ever. I'm not gonna lie, it felt pretty awkward standing in a queue with a Snickers bar in one hand and a box of condoms in the other. Maybe it was just my imagination that I would feel people staring. It also wouldn't help if the box was a half-naked woman preparing to take off her pants. If that wasn't awkward enough. Order them online. As soon as the cashier had to scan my condoms, the scanner somehow stopped scanning. The cashier raised the box of condoms towards the heavens like it was baby Simba, just to check the big-ass barcode at the bottom. The cashier apologized and said that she's new before proceeding to call one of the other cashiers to come over and assist. At that moment, I was tempted to just abort the mission and leave, but I convinced myself it couldn't get any worse. I was wrong. The second cashier showed up, and lo and behold, this is one of the girls at my school. We're not friends or anything, we just seen each other at school at times and prompt. Hey you! Cashier 2 noticed the condoms, and I could tell, even behind her mask, she was struggling to keep a straight face, so I insisted to just keeping my mouth shut. I blurted out, "It's for my dad!" Both cashiers froze and looked at me like they were scared and I was gonna go into more detail. Long story short, I got the condoms and got out, but now I got PTSD or some shit. If it was another product at the store, none of the above would have been weird. That's why buying condoms is... Why is condoms being so damn awkward? Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. All I know is, I ain't going back there ever again. Damn. Wow, OP. Wow. That honestly deserves an upvote. Today I effed up by almost kissing my sister. This is another short story. Sorry for my bad English, but I'm Italian. It's okay. My parents were on a vacation in our second house on the mountain. So me and my sister invited our girlfriend and boyfriend to pass some day together. Me and my GF usually have lunch before my sister and BF. We were cooking pasta with my sister when my sister went down the stairs to settle something in the dining room. I was stirring the sauce when I felt someone running and jumping happy behind me. Thinking that was my GF, I turned my head and tried to reach her mouth for a kiss. She immediately avoided me, kneeling down and screaming, "Ow!" Then I noticed it was my sister, visibly terrified. My girlfriend was sitting at the table, looking at me. I felt so awkward. Your English wasn't that bad. Yeah, your English wasn't that bad. Upvote. Need a bit of a longer story. Okay. Last story from this subreddit. Before I move on to entitled parents. Okay, so this story is called Today I effed up by believing I was going to have the whole house to myself for the day. My family does business around the state. We got appointments in one place and then the other, so it's not uncommon for someone to get left behind in the house for a while. 2 days ago, my parents told me they were going to leave the house. Two days ago, my parents told me I was going to have the house all to myself, as they had business in another city 3 hours away. My sister had a dentist appointment there, and someone needed to stay behind and care for the dogs. Perfect, I thought. No one can hear me loud, and I can do whatever I want without being told not to. My master plan was in motion. I would stay up, hang out with my friends on VR chat, and then have a perfect opportunity to hang out with the guy I really like and get a little freaky with him online. Whoa! Okay! So I put it in motion, and I had a lot of fun staying up with everyone. My family said they would be leaving at around 4 or 5 a.m. to start heading out. So I waited to be with my crush as soon as they left. I stayed up for the longest time talking to friends, and my dad came into my room to say goodbye. Surprised I was awake. Told him I'll fall asleep in 15 minutes. Pretend I was asleep when I left home, but then be my crush on VC. Took a little longer than I thought. Stayed in a public VC with my friends for a bit, and until I knew my family left, and I somehow managed to fall asleep for about half an hour. I woke up and realized what had happened. It was 5:45 at that point. I eagerly waited to see if my crush was still awake to chat, as I mainly stayed up to be with him. Fortunately, he was, and we began talking about things, so I switched to him reiterating how I'm home alone. This is where I fuck up. He began suggesting we. Why is every single story that I read on here just about sex? He began suggesting that we do something sexual together, and I kept being a tease. Eventually, I gave in to our little game. Before we started, I made sure to check if no one was home alone. Sister's room? No one. Parents' room? Dark. Around 6 a.m., things started heating up. We started talking about exhibitionists and how it was such a turn on about doing sexual activities discreetly without people around. I'm a loud person. I like to be loud too. And it's difficult not to be, even if I cover my mouth with my hand or my pillow. So naturally, I have an idea. What the heck? It's just my mom. I gave one of my dogs a bath this morning and she's so poofy! Anyway. So naturally, having the idea, I'm alone in the house. I can be as loud as I want. It was amazing. We were both satisfied and the natural high was kicking in. We lovingly talked to each other soon after we could catch our breaths and slowly drifted to sleep together after letting us know how much they liked them. And the other letting him know the feeling was mutual. We both fell asleep at around 7 a.m. and me with the dumbest smile on my face thinking, hell yeah, being able to express myself is the fullest and the best. I woke up almost 4 hours later, getting ready to do my daily chores, such as taking the dogs for a walk, feeding them and myself, picking up after the dogs in the backyard. I was in a happy mood. My dogs noticing joining in the happiness. I come inside to the backyard, and I get into my kitchen and figure my pink PJs standing by the trash can. My mom was home. My expression and voice changed from happy to surprised and to embarrassed in all 3 milliseconds. I tried to act normal around her, but I know she heard me. She heard me. Oh.
That is the biggest fuck up I've ever heard.
This will haunt me in the catacombs of my brains for the next 8 years. Hey, remember that time you probably lied with?
Holy shit. Oh my god.
I'm still laughing. I'm sorry. I need a second. Hey, remember that time your mom probably lied wide awake hearing you masturbate? I went to walk my dogs for an hour. I didn't know how to face her. My butt cheeks were literally sweating. I just got home and she quickly retreated back into her room with breakfast. Before she did, she left me and shut the door. It could be worse, right? At least it wasn't my dad. Sweet. Oh.
I've never laughed this hard, but
How did today my fucked up story and God of what? Holy shit. Oh, my eyes are watering. I can see a Discord message. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, it's just the basement. Oh my god. Happy New Year, Nightwing. I want to give you an upvote on that. Holy shit. Oh. Okay, here's r/the title parents. God damn, I still can't stop laughing. Hot stories. Ooh. Ooh, these are some really. An entitled bitch knocked over my grandma. Damn. Let's do this one. Let's start off with this one. And then Entitled Parents, you guys. Okay. Entitled mother tried to kill me over coffee. Alright. This isn't my story, but a friend's story. I don't use Reddit, but they said I could share it. Please be nice. It takes a lot for someone to share a story like this. Time details are intentionally vague. I started working at age 13 to pay bills because my mom thought by having the power cut off and having no food in the house was a good punishment. Since I had to work so much, I bought a car at age 16. So I no longer had to walk 2 miles to school, 4 miles to work, and 5.5 miles home every day. I bought a car from my then boyfriend's dad, and he kept it in his name so that way my mom would never take it. When I turned 18, the title got switched over to my name, so this car was never hers. One day in January, I was in the kitchen gathering my lunch to go to work for the day when my mom came in. This was highly unusual because she was never up before noon. I just ignored her presence. Mom, why are you Excuse me. Where are you going this early? Work. Don't be rude to me. I want you to go get me a coffee before you go to work. No, sorry, I don't have the time or money to get you a coffee and bring it back before I get to work. Excuse me? Did you just say me? No, I don't have time right now. I'm going to be late. Fine. In that case, you lose your car privileges for 3 weeks. She lunges where my keys were in my hand. What? No, I have to get to work. No, you don't disrespect me in my own house and think you can run away like a willy-nilly. You're not going anywhere. With that, she began to claw at my arms, which were holding the keys over her head. She kicked and screamed, punched, and gauged me. She grabbed me at my shoulders and threw all 300 pounds backwards, causing her to go flying into the kitchen table. She got a few bumps and bruises, but nothing substantial happened. She stood up and screamed, "Do you see what you did to me? How could you do this to your own mother? I've done everything for you, but that isn't enough, is it?" Wow. I noticed she dropped the keys, so I scrambled to pick them up. I got them, and my next goal was to get out there as fast as possible. My mom saw me trying to leave, and in her last efforts to show me she was in charge, she grabbed a steak knife from the cutlery drawer and stabbed me in my side. What? Oh. I lay there in shock. She got up, bruised herself off, and went to sit in the living room. After a moment of utter shock, I crawled to my phone and called the police. To summarize the outcome, the police came and I was immediately rushed to the hospital where I had to have my surgery. My mom was charged with attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon, amongst other things. She got 19 years in prison and had been denied parole multiple times. Whew. Damn. Damn. I don't know if that was real, you guys. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but who knows in 2021? Alright. I met my biological parents today. So for some backstory, I am adopted. My biological parents gave me up at birth. My adopted parents adopted me when I was young, but was always open about my adoption and everything. They never kept anything away from me and always told the truth when I had questions about my adoption. I never had many questions about my adoption though. I just wanted to believe that AP were the people who gave birth to me. I am a 16-year-old male. A 16-year-old female, had the opportunity to meet with my biological parents the other day. It was my choice whether I wanted to or not, and I decided to meet them. I thought that maybe it was a chance that my biological parents weren't heartless assholes, and that maybe they were just falling in hard times and couldn't support a child, and that now they were doing better and wanted to actually form a bond with me. Oh, how wrong I was. My biological and adopted parents talked it out and set up a date and time to meet up. And my adopted parents relay it all to me to make sure I was okay with everything. For the most part, I was just agreeing to everything because I was nervous not to make a bad impression. After a bit of talking and discussing a time and date had been settled on. Directly 2 weeks from now, a restaurant called Texas Roadhouse. Amazing food! The fanciest restaurant we have where I live. Seriously though, if you Americans out there haven't gone to Texas Roadhouse, they have amazing food. I've eaten there multiple times and the food there is so good. Okay. A week before I have to go meet my BP, my adopted mom, AM, took me to a shopping mall for some new clothes. I have never been fond of dresses and stuff, and my AM knew this and insisted, instead of taking me to some place like Kohl's or Claire's, she took me to Hot Topic and Spencer's, where I found a couple of fancy things that I liked and thought my BP would like as well. Some time had passed and I was getting ready to meet my biological parents. But I put on the clothes and hopped into my adopted parents' car so they could take me. The plan was that my adopted parents would drop me off and they would hang in some area so that if something happened, they would get back to me quickly. If something happened. I get there after a small pep talk from my adopted parents. We go to the restaurant and meet my biological parents. Right off the bat, my biological parents looked at me and they mumbled stuff under their breath, which I can only assume was about my outfit. My biological parents looked like your typical snooty rich parents. That they were decked out in all type of jewelry, fancy clothes, etc. Already I was getting a bad vibe from them. We greet like a minute my AP. We greet and after a minute my adopted parents leave and me and my biological parents could eat and get to know each other. Excuse me. So my biological parents and I was escorted to a table and sat down. A couple of seconds passed and my biological mother said something. So, how are you liking your life so far? It's good. It's good. My biological dad then trips in.
Then tell us about it.
There's not too much to talk about. I live, as I presume, like a normal child would.
Okay. Do you have a boyfriend?
I froze at this question. I'm a lesbian, and although I'm normally not afraid to show it, I was this time. My biological parents looked like very judgmental people, and I didn't want to have a bad first impression. After a couple seconds of silence, I gave my best answer I could. No. I told them I didn't have a BF, which was technically not lying. The rest of the day goes exactly as it goes pretty much exactly like this, just with a couple of typical Karens thrown in with my mom. She would constantly snap and call over waiters and treat staff like crap. I hated when people do that. Before COVID, I was at this Mexican restaurant, and there was this I'd say white woman that was just pointing at whatever food they wanted. They're like, I want this. No, you need to do that. Tapping on the freaking glass. I'm like, seriously? I would have taped it. I would have filmed it and put it up for you guys, but I didn't do it. All of this was pretty bad when I wanted to call my adoptive parents and leave, but for whatever reason, I decided not to. An hour or two of awkward entitlement passed, and I was just about to finish my food. My biological parents say something that I would never forget. OP, we need your help with something. You have a biological brother who is currently in the hospital. He got in the car crash a couple of days before we contacted you. He needs a kidney transplant, and your dad and I both have offered up ours, but weren't matches. The only person who does have a match is you. We hope you're willing to give up your kidney for your brother. This broke me. I knew why they all of a sudden wanted to meet up with me. I didn't want to form a relationship with them or get to know them. They wanted to use me for their actual son. I did not know I had a brother. At that point, I frankly didn't care. I told them no. They abandoned me as a child, and 16 years later, they want me to save a brother I never knew existed? I told them no and walked out. As I walked out of the restaurant, I called my adoptive parents, my real parents. I told them to come pick me up, and they said they were on the Target right next door to me and said to wait in the car or come look for them in the store. I opted for the car. I didn't want to be around anyone at that point, so I just walked and searched for my adoptive parents' car. My biological parents probably came after me, but I didn't know that for sure, as when I left the restaurant driveway, I didn't look back. After about 20 minutes in the car, crying, my adoptive parents come and I'm not going to your school anymore. And immediately noticed that I was crying despite my best efforts to hide it. I know I'm alive. They asked what was wrong, and I told them everything. They seemed just as pissed as I was, but comforted me and consoled me the entire time. I'm glad I'm adopted. As far as I'm concerned, my real parents are my adopted ones. Oh, man. That deserves an upvote from me. Ah, man. Wow. I am honestly lost for words. And I'm hungry. How long have I been streaming for? Just about an hour. All right. Next one. Entitled bitch knocked over my grandma. Ooh. This happened yesterday and I'm still fuming about it. I had to take my grandma in her 90s to a doctor's appointment, and the doctor wanted wanted to see her for some blood work at the lab in the same building. We go in. The guy makes sure you have a face mask and checking you. We have a face mask and checking you in, and confirming that the correct insurance is in the system. Did I have a stroke reading that? Maybe. He did tell us that there was a bit of a wait, about an hour. But when it was our turn, we would get called to the window and show ID, sign paperwork, and bring her back for the blood draw. Right behind us was a woman all decked out in designer clothes with another woman with her, maybe a nanny, holding 2 kids. She interrupts my grandma and says, "I'm sorry, can you ask your question later? We need to get in here. I have an appointment with the interior designer in about an hour." She snaps her fingers between my grandma and the guy checking the people in. The guy was working there and told the woman to wait and stand 6 feet back and fix her mask. She had her nose out. Oh, one of my pet peeves. The woman huffs and picks up her phone and makes a call, which we overhear part of it. "Hello, Gerard. I'm going to be late. I sent Isabel with the kids to get blood work, but they wouldn't let her do it. They want a parent present." "Yeah, I know that what's the point of a nanny if they can't do anything for you. Ugh. I thought this pandemic was killing the older people. I'm stuck behind some old lady taking fucking forever. I'll call you when I get out of here." I just want to take that entitled parent and just straight her. I wanted to turn around and punch this bitch in her face. Exactly. That's why. Whew. I wanted to turn around and punch this bitch in her face. However, my grandma put her hand on mine, and she said she saw me getting upset and told me to ignore her. I spat all over my computer when I did that. When I read that dialogue. We finished being checked in and started heading towards the sitting area. My grandma walked slow with a walker. She's in her 90s. A few minutes later, the woman behind us with her nanny was walking behind us. And instead of saying "excuse me" so she can get by, she pushes between my grandma and me and knocks my grandma over. She never even turned around to say sorry. She just kept walking. Her nanny stopped to help her get my grandma up and was apologizing. Someone who works at the lab saw what happened and came over to check with my grandma. My grandma said she was okay, but again, she's in her 90s and her bones were frail. The woman working at the lab stopped the woman and say, "Do you realize you just knocked over an old lady?" She put her hand over the worker's face and said, "I don't have fucking time for this." My grandma appears to be okay. We had her doctor check her out again, but this will be the last time I take her to Greenwich CT. It's a super rich Stepford Wives area. To see the doctor for a long time. The doctor she has been seeing has an office there in the office where we live. Since the pandemic, he was only working out at Greenwich. I'm still upset that this was genuinely annoyed. I can't stand those fuckers from Greenwich. They can all take their big houses and fuck off. Damn. Oh, P, I am so sorry that entitled bitch knocked over your grandma. EM interrupts movie shooting security guard. Entitled Mom interrupts movie shooting and security guard helps us. For a certain school project, we were told to make an edit of any type of short movie. Me and my group decided to do a detective movie. Ooh, detectives are the best ones. Around 5 p.m. in front of the convenience store, we were shooting a foot pursuit between the detective and the culprit. While we were in the middle of the scene, Entitled Mom and her kid, about 7 or 8 years old, interrupts us and asks something. "That's cool. Can my kid join?" Sorry. This is a school project. Once again, I'm really sorry. But it's easy, right? You need to add my child running and chasing the guy right there, right? Pointing at F3. It's not that easy, ma'am. We already established the plot and we can't add any more characters. Besides, we ran out of model guns. Nope. We bought toy replicas of guns. I don't think we should push them hard, Mom. Yeah, but isn't it cool to be in the movie?
I really don't think you get it, ma'am. It's for a school project.
Fine, I'll go. Continue, stupid school project, morons. She really said that. Excuse me? In front of your child? Where are your manners? You're really going to teach him that? Then, EM ignores me and goes back to the store with the child. A little while later, she came back with a security guard.
So, what's happened here?
These kids are waving dangerous weapons around. Really? Really? I swear this isn't a big deal. Don't lie to adult people, kid. So we turn our replicas to the security guard and he inspects them.
These are fakes. By the way, what are you guys doing here?
We're shooting a movie for a school project. Oh, when this woman interrupts you guys? Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Ma'am, stop wiping. Stop wiping. Ma'am, stop wasting your time. I'm wasting you and your kids' time. And go back to your business. Besides, it's outside the store, so it's not my business.
I can see the frustration of EM after the security guard told her that. Then, entitled mom proceeds to her car with her children and left. We laughed at that, and then we'll never forget how ridiculous this is. Whew. This would have been a great video. Even though this technically is going to be a video after I'm done with the stream. Man. Oh my god, are you serious? Hold on. I have 2 Discord notifications. Just hold on for 2 secs, you guys. Ah, it's just him. Seven notifications? Huh. All right. Damn. Okay, here we go. Racist and hypocritical EM wants Meyer to pull up. I never thought I would be posting this here, but oh my god, this entitlement was next level. Backstory. About a week ago, we hopped on... The song is old. About a week ago, I hopped on a game called Rec Room. For those who don't know, it's a social game where you can hang out in various places and just chill with people. Cast. AK1, Arguing Kid. AK2, Arguing Kid 2. EM, Entitled Mom. I load up the game. In the hub, there was already an argument going on between 2 kids, like 11-year-old kids. AK1 was spewing racial slurs, such as black people are... I'm not even going to get into that. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Mom cuts off support because of what she found in my room. Alright. TW mentions of self-harm. I've debated sharing this particular story, but I thought maybe y'all would appreciate it. Sorry for the long length, but here it is. From the ages of 14 to about 18, I was an avid self-harmer. This was a truly terrible and incredibly unhealthy coping mechanism I developed to deal with stress in my family, which at the time was pretty much in shambles and very traumatic. For my addiction, this is going to be hard for me to read. For my addiction, I had a sort of kit containing my tools that I kept in a small box next to my bed. For literally years, I kept this box in plain sight, and she never looked inside it. Not once. I did finally hide it after having some of my curious friends over, so they wouldn't snoop through my things. Eventually, I graduated high school and went through a period where my mental health wasn't at its peak. When I finally met my current partner, I was still dealing with my own issues, but long story short, I got the help I needed and finally quit self-harming. My relationship with my partner grew, which, with him being older than me, he was much more stable position. With him having his own apartment and a car, he usually had family troubles and always assured me that he would be there for me no matter what. At this point, he even offered to give me cash to buy a car of my own. 3 months passed. My kit sat somewhere in my room, forgotten. My mom decided while I was working, my room needed some cleaning and started going through some piles of clothes. It's different to know that she had a tendency to use my room as her closet and threw a few things in my room. She stumbled across my kit. I got off work and headed to my car, and this is the conversation. Me. Hey Mom, I just got off work. How are you? I'm not in a good mood. I'm sorry, did something happen to my brothers? At this time, my brothers were troublemakers. Like, breaking the law troublemakers. Holy shit! No. What happened? Is there anything you need? You've been lying to me for who knows how long. I'm confused. I'm sorry? I found it in your room. At this point, my stomach dropped. I drove home in tears and was greeted by my mom throwing my kit at me, demanding that I throw it away and yelling at me for lying to her. I was in hysterics, and it only got worse when she tried to rip off my shirt and see my scars. I got into my car, technically owned by my parents, and drove off to see my partner, the only person at the time I trusted. While at his place, my mom called me and demanded me to come home, otherwise she would report the car as stolen. I did as she said. We fought, and I told her I wanted to move in with him, and after all was said and done, she limited the time I was spending with my partner. I would spend twice a week at his place. Oh, it's just TikTok. I would spend twice a week at his... Where is it? I would spend twice a week at his place and twice a week at our place. Let me say that we were both adults. We weren't having the naughties. We weren't doing anything illegal. Mostly we played Smash Bros. And Dungeons and Dragons. Hey, that's not bad. I didn't have the money to move out. My partner would let me move in with him, but in doing so, I would be completely cutting off my family for all time. I still loved my family, and was awful and as awful as they were, I didn't want to throw that away. I found a ways around the limits. I would have friends vouch for me, I would have friends vouch for me when in reality I was with him, or I would save my visits for the weekend and beginning of the week to combine the days. She didn't like that and started and started telling me what I would do, what I would be allowed to go to his place. She wanted me to share my location with her at all times, so I would give my phone to my friends and spend time with my partner. I saved enough money to move out and bought my first student housing contract, looked at the decent. With the help of my partner, I finally got out of the house. Once the lease ended, I officially moved in with my partner, and my relationship with my mom got better. She's still awful, but now I get a say in how much time I spent with her. As for my partner and I, we're still together, and I love him so much. Okay, that is cute. I really like the ending of this story. Impressive Carpet 972. You're good. How long have I been streaming for? An hour 16? Okay, I think this is the last one I'll read for today. Like I said, I don't want this stream to be that long. This is the last story I'll be reading. And welcome back, Marshall Kion. My stepmom tried to sue me and get me disowned. Some backstory. My dad just died when all this happened, and I was in a lot of pain because it was a sudden thing. I didn't even get to say goodbye to him, so it really hurt. On to the story. It all started when my mom went out to the hospital to visit my grandma. My grandma had fallen and couldn't get up. She's fine now. My mom later found out that my stepmom was admitted because of kidney problem. My mom went to pay her a visit, and that's when my stepmom made her first mistake. My stepmom asked how my dad's life insurance. My mom knew nothing about it, and my stepmom tells my mom she tried to get into it, but was signed under my name. And that didn't work. My stepmom hired a lawyer and tried again, with no luck. My mom obviously wasn't happy about this and called me to tell me everything. I had no idea about the life insurance, nonetheless, being under my name. My mom soon hired a lawyer and told us everything. I'm entitled to the money due to the contract, and my stepmom would split the house. My lawyer contacted my stepmom's lawyer, and she obviously wasn't happy. My stepmom threatened to sue, and then made up a lie and tell my family and hers the lie, and was also that my mom brought the lawyers into it first. When she actually did, the lie that I wanted 75% of the house and all of the money, which of course wasn't true. My family didn't believe her, but her family did. As the last-ditch effort to show that she wanted the money, she shows that she was planning on divorcing my dad while he was in his deathbed. After a while, my stepmom and I agreed that I would get the life insurance and she would keep the house with her family. When her family found this out, obviously they attacked me, saying how I was a terrible person, and said that I would give her the money to help her with the medical bills. I firmly believe that when someone treats you terribly for years, and you finally have the way out, they don't deserve even the smallest ounce of kindness. I'm glad she's out of my life and I don't have to deal with her verbally abusing me anymore. Okay. Wow. I have no words. Except to sneeze. Damn. Just wow. Let's do this one last. Never mind. Let's not do this one last. Let's do this one last. Never mind. Let's just end the stream right here. So that is about it for this Reddit Stories live stream. It has actually been almost a year since I did the last live stream. The last Reddit Stories live stream was actually an entitled Parents live stream. So that was back in January 12th, 2020. Yeah, that's about that. That's about it for this live stream. I read stories about Kevin. Today I fucked up. And entitled Parents, which were all really good stories in the end. Next time, I promise I'll read r/malicious compliance as well as these other ones. This will be a year that I already said that in the last live stream I did. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. Like I said, I didn't want it to be too long, even though I'm going on an hour and a half right now. About an hour 23 minutes into the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. What video do I have planned for the next week? Let me check Twitter real fast. Where is it? Where's the poll? Let me check my Twitter real fast on my phone. On my Android. Where is it? Give me a moment, you guys. Where did it go? Here it is. Next week will be Among Us again. So I will possibly be either live streaming or recording a video. Live streaming is much easier to do. Live streaming is much easier to do. So that will be possible. Yeah. I guess that's it for the stream, you guys. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today. I will have a r/furry IRL video on Thursday. Reading some furry IRL videos or posts in a video. So I think I can just live stream once a week. If that's fine with you guys. I just need to find a good time next week for Among Us. Next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday will be my next Thursday will be Among Us. So, yeah. I suppose that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to click or tap that like button and subscribe for more, and follow me on my Instagram and Twitter, mainly Twitter, which is down in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Entitled Parents got pretty dark in the end. Tfue got pretty sexual. Stories about Kevin was just stupid. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you all to death.